All right, we're live. We are just a few hours away from or off of Houston picking up their ninth consecutive win of the season. A lot to talk about, definitely. And I don't think y'all are gonna like what we have to say, but it is what it is. This is the J and J Houston Sportscast. I am John Fuentes with my co-host James Ray. How you doing, James?
Baby, just like The Last Jedi, this is not going to go the way you think.
Yeah, man. I know a lot of you are probably going to be upset. Me and James spoke very briefly before the show started, but we are not happy with what we saw today. And y'all might be confused by that, but we'll dive into it a bit. But I already see some comments in the chat wanting to talk about the XFL a bit. Mostly by Danny, who brought it up first. Put the NFL on hold for a few minutes. Let's talk about Houston XFL 2020. Yes, it was announced this week, at least leaked. The official announcement is supposedly not coming till the 5th. But yeah, Houston did obtain a XFL team, one of 8 teams that will be involved in the reboot season in 2020. 2019 is going to be a lot of getting the rules together and deciding schedules and things like that. Basically, just they're going to be compiling what exactly to expect from the inaugural season. But yeah, right off the top, I can tell you, I don't know all of them by heart. I can try. I know St. Louis, Seattle, Washington, D.C., Houston, Dallas, New York, and I'm sure I'm forgetting one there or two because there are
LA, I think LA
might be LA. I'm not sure. There's 2 more that I'm forgetting, but those for sure have teams.
I think it's LA and Atlanta. I think
possibly, but yeah, we do have a team. So we'll have something else to talk about.
I can't wait. I'm excited about that, dude.
I'm excited about it too. I'm excited about it too, especially because they threw in that Houston-Dallas rivalry there. They're obviously going to be playing each other. There's 10 regular season games, 5 are at home, 5 are away. XFL LA will be in StubHub Center. That's from Danny. Yeah, so I guess LA has a team too. But yeah, it's exciting, man. We talked about it a few episodes ago. You know,
which is crazy.
Yeah, think about it. yeah. So we did, and we did want to
have inside news or information.
Yeah,
we were just talking about it in passing. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah, I was just trying to, talk about something for some filler. But yeah, that's pretty awesome that we're gonna have an XFL team, and we wanted one, so we got one.
Right, exactly.
But I'm excited for it, man. I don't know the rules or anything like that, but I'm excited. It's off-season football, something to keep you occupied, and hopefully it turns out well. I really do think the reboot will go better this time, especially with a guy as knowledgeable as Oliver Luck at the helm. So we'll see, man. But I'm excited, and the fact that Houston has a team, it makes it all the better.
If they really wanted to make this work, we'll get into the Texans here in a second. But if they really want to make this work, their best bet is to have a draft and to go after those people who think they can still play and try to put them in the league, right?
Like Vince Young.
Like I'm talking about the non-power conference, like people from like Naval Academy or Georgia Southern, or like Utah State, like Sun Belt type teams, you know what I'm saying? UT El Paso, you know what I mean? Like if you can get the undrafted free agent aspect of it is completely going to change the NFL.
Yeah,
because then they're just going to say, "Fuck it, I can go to the XFL and play."
Yeah.
So you have to. It's going to put pressure on the NFL. Believe it or not, not a lot, but it will put some of it.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think some people, two different people are already saying, please allow blindside hits.
For real.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be a lot more smash mouth football.
I hope so. God, I hope so.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be allowing some hits. I think this is gonna be extreme football is what the X stands for. So that's what you're gonna get. I wasn't. The original XFL was when I was like a toddler still, so I barely remember it. But
Right.
I've seen some replays on YouTube and stuff, and from what I've seen, it wasn't that bad. I just think they tried
He
to
hate
make it.
me.
Yeah,
He hate
yeah,
me.
he hate me. It wasn't that bad, but I think they tried to make it a little too WWE-ish with the announcers and the different little segments they tried to do and stuff. But
Yeah, the football was kind of goofy looking too, if I remember correctly.
yeah, like I said, I don't remember too much about it, but yeah. So yeah, XFL's coming to Houston in 2020, so that's definitely something.
So here's the question I got to start it off, chat. What name would you want them to be called? The Houston what?
Oilers.
Shut up. That's blasphemy. Don't say that crap, dude.
That's actually a good one.
I wouldn't mind them bringing back the Gamblers.
Gamblers.
Either the Gamblers or like the Rampage.
Danny agrees with me. He just said Oilers, and I think he's on a delay.
Oh, Jesus.
Man, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The Houston Stampede.
Stampede, yeah. Throughout the show, just drop in random. April says the Houston Honey Badgers.
For fuck, Jesus, man. She's gonna have that gay guy that does a YouTube video saying, "Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger just smack the shit out of him."
Colt 45s is one of them.
Actually, I would not be against that. I ain't gonna lie. I would not be against that.
Danny says, I'm surprised the Houston Oilers never sued the Edmonton Oilers.
No, dude, who cares? It's hockey, bro.
Well, with that being said, let's move in. The Houston Steers.
Oh, gee. No, that's too close, dude. Too close, man. That'll be a meme before the end of the night.
With that being said, let's move into some Texans talk. Earlier today, 9 in a row. I mean, before we start badgering them, because we do have some criticism about them, 9 in a row. I mean, that they already matched Bill O'Brien's best record as a Texans coach.
You can still lose out.
You could still lose out. It's possible, but
God, I hope not. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood for sure. I don't think it'll happen, but we'll see. The Houston Texans beat the Browns 29-13. So let's start with offense because that's what we're going to be nitpicky about first. Yes, we won the game. Yes, we won it in a bit of a lopsided fashion. But if you look at the box score, someone tell me how many of those touchdowns were from the offense. Here's your answer. 1. The rest of your your points came from your kicker and a defensive score. That's not going to cut it against teams like Kansas City, not even Pittsburgh, not even the Chargers, not even the Patriots. It's not going to cut it. So, yes, this was a good win. They did what they were supposed to do in terms of putting up a hell of a lot more points than Cleveland, but they could have put up so many more if they hadn't settled for field goals. The play calling got conservative, as per usual when you get a lead. Heading in 23-0, the play calling got conservative, and they allowed Cleveland to kind of get back in the game, not fully because they still had a couple of possession lead on them when they were driving at the end. But again, Bill O'Brien got conservative. Bill O'Brien didn't put more emphasis on passing the ball and being more aggressive in the red zone, being more aggressive when you're in the opposition's territory. You were able to run the ball, but in today's day and age, that's not going to put up points. It just isn't. So it's the same old story with the offense. I don't see it changing anytime soon. Indianapolis is going to be a hell of a wake-up call next week. But those are just my brief thoughts on it right off the bat. What about you, James?
Man, agreed, dude. Look, man, you cannot... It's not even conservative. It's ultra conservative. Like, they showed up a stat that they're the second highest first down run team in the league behind Seattle at like 60%. Okay, so I want you to think about that. Out of 100 plays, 60 of them are going to be run first. Why do you not like? Please just mix it up, dude. Look, 23-0. I get it. You want to control the clock. You want to milk. I know why he does it. Yeah. That's not the issue. I know why he does it. It's the fact that you cannot do shit like that. Look what happened with Andrew Luck. We shouldn't have won that game. Look what Baker Mayfield was doing. You think Andrew Luck won't do the same thing? I mean, come on, guys. Like, going into the next game, even though they got shut out and blanked by Jacksonville, which is kind of an anomaly. But again, I said it last week. Didn't I say it? I said, look, watch Jacksonville beat Indianapolis and we'll fuck this whole thing up. And look what happened. They went in there and shut them down. So now we don't know what team we're going to get. Are we going to get the team that got shut out by Jacksonville? But are we going to get the Andrew Luck that threw for almost 500 yards against us? You know, and I understand some of those yards with Baker Mayfield today came in trash time. Again, we'll get to the defense here in a minute because I've got big fucking issues with Romeo Crennel. The offense is one thing, but the defense, what happened in the second half I'll go into that later. But the offense, man, just please look. Here's the scenario. Why don't you be aggressive until it backfires on you? Like, for example, if he's throwing the ball and it gets picked and it goes back for a pick six. Okay, maybe it's time to kind of hone it back a little bit, right? Now, okay, you took a shot, you try to step on their throat, they responded. Now let's kind of run it back. But don't get ultra conservative. You can be conservative and still be effective. He's conservative and not effective. It's, oh my God, man. Like, I can sit here all night talk about how this kind of offense will not cut it in the playoffs. I don't care who you're facing. For Christ's sake, I'm scared of anyone we play right now.
Yep.
Even if it was Baltimore, do you think we're going to be able to contain Jackson?
No.
Just throwing that out there.
No.
We have a real big problem with running quarterbacks. He may not be able to throw that ball real well, but he can sure as hell run. Hell, we have enough problems with speedy receivers, much like speedy running or quarterback. Are you shitting me? Like, this kind of stuff is like, you got to 9 in a row, great. Yes, awesome. Keep the wheels running. I get it. It's awesome. I will admit that. But again, if I know where this train ends, then why the hell am I going to get on it? And that's exactly how I feel. And then my feelings will echo when we talk about the defense next.
Let me just read a few comments as we were talking about that from the chat. H-Train says, Browns defense isn't a joke. They held Saints to 21. It was on purpose. He knew he could run out clock and win this game. He's saving aggressive play for playoffs. I hope so, but I don't think he is. I think this is just how he calls the games. He will be aggressive against the Colts unless we are blowing them out like the Browns. Did you see Oakland today? They put up 33. Are you kidding me? Houston has defense and won't allow 39 points from Kansas City. And then Brandon's here. What's up, Brandon? Brandon says, how do you know where the train ends? You thought they wouldn't win over 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, I ate my crow on that. 5-11, I was way wrong. Totally admit it.
Yeah,
and it just, but you can't honestly sit here. I'm serious. I'm being honest. You can't sit here and expect Houston to go into a playoff game and have the confidence to watch that game and they beat whoever they're going to play. You just don't. You don't like. I just don't understand that. Like for example, it's like, to me, it's like when like Florida State and Florida play, right? Florida may be doing bad the whole year, and the Florida State may be kicking everyone's ass. And then all of a sudden Florida goes in there and throws a monkey wrench into all their plans. Why? Because they do something totally different than they've been doing the whole fucking season. Do you trust Bill O'Brien to get it done? Do you trust Romeo Crennel to get it done? Honestly, I got to say no. The players, I don't doubt the players. The players is not the issue.
Yeah.
That's what I can't stand about people when they talk about, oh, well, look at the team. Yes, I think the team is great. We've been saying that this whole time. I don't trust the coaching.
No.
I fucking don't, man. Look what they did, for fuck's sake. Yeah, what? Baker Mayfield had over 400 yards, right? And a lot of it was a trash time, but he had over 400 yards. And if it wasn't for a fucking holding call, they would have scored, and then it would have been right back in the game. Probably would have run down and scored again, and then we might have fucking hung up a loss by going conservative. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Then that's hindsight's 2020. I understand that, but I can't sit here and get on that train with you guys, man. I just can't.
Neither can I. Let me see. Brandon again. How do you know? Okay, that's where. Okay. You know what would be funny, Danny says, but he didn't follow up. What would be funny, Danny? Just send me, H-Train says, just send me my jersey, Ray. I need to wear it. Brandon says, but you can't assume we won't show up against big teams if we haven't played them. We played New England.
History says you won't, dude.
Plus, we played New England and we lost. We've beat everyone in our way. Everyone that we've played has been canned. That's for me. That's me saying that. H-Train, only 9 Super Bowl teams in era had a 500 regular season schedule, by the way. Danny says, do you trust me? Do you trust Mr. 9 and 7?
No.
H-Train, Baker has been balling, though. He's not trash. I'll give you that. Baker has been playing pretty well in the last few weeks. I actually thought he was going to do a lot better than he did today against us.
And I'm not saying that either. Actually, our last video, I think both John and I said I wouldn't be surprised if he had another decent game. We both picked Houston to win. See, this is what kills me. We both picked Houston to win, but we just, guys, John and I are not sold on the coach, dude. I don't care how good our record is right now. I'm not shitting you. I know that sounds stupid, but oh my God. I don't know. Okay, to answer this question, no, I'm not Miss Cleo. I don't know where this train ends. But the history of what Bill O'Brien has done and what this franchise has done pretty much gives me a good lesson to learn from. Mm-hmm. We've already lost to that New England team, a New England team that's gotten better since then, I might add. I'm just like they're 9-3 as well. I don't know if they're winning right now. I think they're winning right now, right?
They won their game.
They won. Oh, so they're 10-3.
We're third seed again. We were second seed for all of 3 hours.
Exactly. So and I again, I can't go against Brady and Belichick. That's number one. I can't trust this team to stop like a Kansas City offense. That's number two, and that mainly has to do with Romeo Crennel more so than anything else. I don't trust Bill O'Brien to get it done against teams we should beat. Like, in my mind, I really truly feel we should beat like a Pittsburgh or a Baltimore and possibly even a San Diego. But I can't do that. I mean, there's always one major factor for every team that's left that makes me go, I don't know. I'm not sure. Look, for Christ's sake, look at it this way. For me to say Indianapolis has a shot of winning next week should tell you something.
Yeah.
It really should, because of Andrew Luck. Nothing else other than Andrew Luck. Not their defense, not T.Y. Hilton, even though he kills us every time he plays us.
Yeah.
Not their running game, not Mac or any of these other fools, or Leonard having a great defensive season. Like, none of that stuff. It's Luck. Anytime Houston plays a quarterback that is any kind of worth a damn, they get fucked up. And no one seems to recognize that. Everyone's just still hell-bent on 9-3. Oh my God, we're the shit right now. And it's hard to enjoy it when I can't. There's no win that I can hang my hat on going, yeah, that was a solid win. Yeah, that was a great win. I just can't.
H-Train says, actually, we got a few more. We lost to the damn Giants. That's from Danny.
Exactly.
H-Train says, it's hard to stop a train, LOL. So Oakland can put up 33, but you don't trust us to out 33 against Kansas City. I think
John Gruden is a better coach than fucking Bill O'Brien. That's
exactly what I was going to say. Simple. He calls more aggressive of an offense, and O'Brien is just going to run the ball. But granted, Kansas City's defense is pretty terrible. So, if Houston does call the right plays, I do think they can put up, some points. So Ray, you had some issues with the defense, obviously in the second half. They did drop off majorly, but let's start off with some positives. Justin Reed
is a badass.
I believe defensive rookie of the year, leading by a long shot. I mean, wow. He had that 100-yard interception return earlier this season. I don't remember the exact yardage, but it was massive. And then he had an interception today. And, man, I mean...
A strip at the line where the guy's going into the end zone.
A strip at the goal line. I mean, good Lord.
Great hits when the ball gets to the receiver. Dude, like, the guy is a playmaker, man.
Yep.
It's that simple. He is a playmaker.
I love our backfield right now. Him and the Honey Badger are killing it. I love
with
that
the
pairing.
Alternating of Jackson.
Yeah,
it's badass.
I love the pairing, man. And you know, it's a good problem to have so much talent in your safety depth. So I like that. But you know, there were a few issues that I'll talk about briefly first, and I'll let you go because I know you got quite a bit. But pass rush didn't get to Baker Mayfield today. No sacks. And that was disappointing. Very disappointing. I did not expect that at all. I thought they were going to actually bang him up quite a bit. But they did force the turnover, so they definitely had him, you know, scrambling and, you know, making some errors and whatnot. But I was very surprised to see that they weren't able to get to him all game. The drop-off in the second half was disgusting. They absolutely just let Baker go off on him. The secondary was atrocious. There were so many unnecessary penalties. Yeah, man, I'm going to let James handle it from here because I know he has a lot to say, and he'll probably word it a lot better than I can, but I think we have a lot of the same issues with the way they came out in the second half.
Romeo Crennel has a history of doing basically what Bill O'Brien does. Bend but don't break, especially with elite. The soft zone prevent shit that Crennel just absolutely drools over like a freaking hot dog or something. Like it drives me insane. It drives me nuts. Same concept, guys. Same concept. Step on their throats. Make them not want to come back on the field and face you. Make them not. I don't care how good you did in the first half. It's 4 fucking quarters of football. You play your ass to the end of the whistle, to the end of the game. That is how it works. And here's how about this? If you don't like the way that mixes your Kool-Aid, let's try a different tact. So we are running the soft prevent zone stuff, right? Then why have Clowney and Watt out there running like fucking madmen trying to get to the play when for sure there's going to be a soft zone pocket where someone's going to sit in it and catch a 20-yard fucking gain? So now they got to do another 3 downs. So you're wasting your pass rush that is probably the strength of your D at this particular moment on a prevent soft zone that's going to have holes. What prevent does, it just prevents you from winning games, but in theory, it's supposed to prevent the team from having big plays. Well, if they're carrying off 20, 30 yards of fucking chunk play, then what's the point? Then what's the point of having your stars in there if you're up that far? Kind of like when your offense is up. If Deshaun Watson and them are up so far, why have them in if you're just going to run the fucking football? Yeah, you tell me. To disguise it how? Because you're still going to run the fucking football. Same thing. Disguise it how? Because you're still going to run a prevent soft zone. It's stupid play calling. I don't care how long he's been in the fucking league. I don't care how successful he's been. I am so sick and freaking tired of seeing prevent soft zone shit when we got a lead. I'm tired of it. I'm so sick of it. Again, why can't we just step on their throats? Why can't we throw up a goose egg against a team like the way Jacksonville did today against a high-powered offense that's been, let's be honest, the Colts have been lighting it up lately, but they got a big fat goose egg on the board. Why? Because they stepped on their damn throats. Because their defense knows, shit, if we don't get them off the field, our offense ain't going to get us no damn points, so we might as well throw out a shutout. That needs to be the mentality for Houston because our offense, to me, has not shown shit. other than 2 games. And ironically, in those 2 games, guess what? The playbook was opened up. We actually did stuff different. Oh my God! You wonder where the results come from, but yet you guys are content with 9-3 and fucking. Oh my God, we're gonna make the playoffs and get bounced in the first fucking round. And then you wonder why. And then you're gonna sit there as a fan going, "Well, we had a good season, but better luck next year." Fuck that! I don't want that. I want to win. I'm sorry. I can't buy into this soft prevent zone coaching, ultra aggressive offensive play calling. I can't go into this shit. I just can't do it. And the reason why we didn't get the great pass rush or Mayfield step out, Baker Mayfield has always had good pocket awareness. Always from his Tech days to his Oklahoma days throughout his college career. Always had the ability to move on the run, get rid of the ball. Has always had that. Not to mention, Cleveland still has a pretty decent fucking O-line, even though Joe Thomas took off. Joe Biantenio is a perennial all-pro guy. Perennial. That means every damn year. Like it's a lock. He's Pro Bowl. Greg Robinson today, well, unfortunately, he had a holding call that called a touchdown back. But he held essentially Watt and Clowney kind of at bay all day long. By the way, he was a free agent that I wanted Houston to go grab in the offseason, but I don't know what I'm talking about. You see it they have a good offensive line. That's what happens when an immovable object means an unstoppable force. And then that's exactly what happened. You get a stalemate. So that's why the pass rush didn't get there. And then the reason why our defense was so good in the first half is because the secondary played ball. They played lights out. Defensive front held them at bay as far as the running game, right? Pretty much. Then you have your linebackers, my boy Cunningham, with a kick-ass play, I might add. He had a great play. Your linebackers are playing good. Your secondary is playing good. And then you come out and go, fuck it, we're just going to go zone prevent shit. And actually, it's kind of funny because what I noticed is that they didn't do that until after they blitzed. It was a screenplay to Chubb. They blitzed to that side and just happened to have the right play call and got a chunk yards on a screenplay. And that's just how that works. But that doesn't mean you stop going to the well. That doesn't mean you stop doing it. You just keep doing it. You keep doing it. And next thing you know, oh, by the way, Cleveland's in the fucking game. If it wasn't for a holding call, this might be a different conversation right now.
Yep.
Just saying.
Danny in the chat says, McCarthy fired. Yeah, we were talking about that before the show, actually. Houston
bring him here. We need an offensive coordinator, for love of God.
Houston needs an offensive coordinator. Bring him in. I'd love to see it. Brandon says, Zach Cunningham is crazy. Yes, he is. He also says, I wasn't disappointed with 4 turnovers. I'll take turnovers over sacks. H-Train says, turnovers I'll take over sacks any day. So there's an all consensus on that. Brandon says 30-1 when leading at halftime, though. At first, I thought he meant that was the score at halftime, but no, he's talking
about Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
He's been in the league, which is probably that number, that little analytical number, probably goes against Bill O'Brien more than anything else, because he can go back and go, but I'm 30-1 with the lead at the half. Just saying. I mean.
Danny says Clowney gets tired in the second half, and then he asks, "Is Donta Foreman ever gonna play?"
Nope, because Bill O'Brien does not like him. I'm calling you right now. I don't think he sees the field for Houston, at least this year.
I hope he does see the field, but
I do too. I hope he does, but Bill O'Brien does not like this guy. The way he talks about him. Man, I don't know, man. Because you got to think. Okay, think about it. Bill O'Brien doesn't really talk bad about his players unless he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Think about it. Yeah, he's always done that, and he talks mad shit about Foreman. He's overweight. He didn't keep himself in shape. Blown Achilles tendon. You fuck. I mean, he's a running. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, whatever, man. Just whatever.
April asks, I want to know how Joseph limped off the field when he got pulled for a neck injury.
Yeah. April and I were talking about that during the game. When she saw it, she goes, wait a minute. He was limping off the field, but he's got a neck injury? What happened is he probably got a stinger because when you try to wrap someone up and your shoulder comes out and it doesn't come out of socket, it sends a stinger up to your neck into your head. Trust me, I had one when I was in high school. That shit does not feel good. But again, Jonathan Joseph getting hurt. I mean, he's like father time. You know what I mean? He's like,
yeah. Danny asks also, why is no one talking about the Hall interception?
well, the Hall interception was actually bittersweet. Honestly, I liked it. I like that Hall has been able to bounce back from that, man. But guys who have the balls to come back from cancer, to me, are I would never cut them. Yeah. If I was a coach, they would truly be some of my favorites, because the amount of struggle they have to go through to come back and then to get back, even if they're not like, you know, world beaters, or if they're even just an average player, it would be hard for me to cut them. That's why I was so mad when David Quisenberry was cut, dude. I couldn't believe that shit.
Yeah. So we also have to, although we don't like that we had to resort to such a thing, I gotta give Fairbairn his due today. He put in work.
Yeah, my boy kicking the field goals. He hit him from the right hash, from the left hash. I was very happy to see that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with him until he truly fucks me. I mean, I have to, because I was a big advocate of him coming out in the draft. He came out early, one of the few kickers to ever actually leave school early and not graduate. He actually came out, and he came out to be a kicker in the NFL. He's got the leg. To me, he's Randy Bullock, but he's a little more accurate. But he still scares the shit out of me. He still scares me. So, you know.
So yeah, man. I mean, I know people get annoyed with it, and that we're always very nitpicky each week about it. But I mean, these guys have given us. And I hate saying these guys because it's not the players' fault, in my opinion.
It's not the players.
Yeah, I put a lot of it on the coaching, and you know, I'm just gonna say these guys as a general term, but they've given me very few games to actually look at and say, hey, these guys, you know, can actually do something in the playoffs. And when I see them do it, it's against teams that are mediocre. I mean, the two games that come to mind right away are Miami and Jacksonville.
Buffalo.
And yeah, I mean,
like that should have been never mind. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead. I just
it's just, you know, and then yeah, you've won 9 in a row, but a lot of them you squeaked by teams that you should have annihilated. I mean, you squeaked by Denver. You squeaked by who else?
Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indy. You squeaked by Dallas. I mean, it's terrible, man. It really is. And
how about this? I'm going to make a declaration right now. How about this? If Houston beats Indianapolis by 20 points, which I feel like they should, I will not be negative on the entire stream after that.
That's going to be tough.
I'll even actually contend and say, you know what? I think we could do something.
Let's look at the rest of the schedule here. You got Indy next week, which I'll be at that game. I think
lucky.
Yeah. I think they should win. But again, like you were mentioning earlier, Indy's very much a wild card at this point. You don't know what you're going to get when they show up. You have the advantage of playing at home, but again, Andrew Luck has shown the ability to just pass all over this team, and more often than not, it's a shootout when we play these guys. So, I don't know. This one, and I'll say this, we win this game, you can pretty much lock up the division.
Yep. No, you do lock up the division. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Because you only have Jacksonville left.
Yeah, that's a wrap at that point.
That's like I said last week. I was like, I don't care about the Browns game. Beat Indy. If we beat Indy, we're good, because then we don't lose a division. Even if we lose to Jacksonville.
You should beat the Jets. I mean,
oh God, they're in rebuild mode, bro. Trust me, that should be an ass whooping.
That should be an ass whooping. You should,
even if you're benching your starters to bench them for the playoffs, that should be an ass whooping.
You should very much win that game. Philadelphia, I feel, is a bit of a, it could. I have a feeling that's the one I've been talking about for weeks. You've heard me say it show after show after show. I think that's the trap game. I think that's the game where we might just lose and have our win streak snapped. That's the game that I think they're going to take for granted. That's just my opinion. I just have that feeling. They should, on paper, beat that team. I just have a feeling that something's going to go wrong.
I thought Cleveland was going to be the trap game for them.
And then you close the season at Week 17 against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Those are 4 games that you should handily win, with the exception of Indianapolis, because that's a good offense and that should be a shootout. But the last 3, you should win pretty decisively.
Again, you want to show me something? Beat Indy by 20.
Yeah.
Then I'll have a positive. Then I'll have a positive look on this team.
You know what? We should do something with all the shit we've been talking. If these guys win out the next 4, we should have some sort of bet or some sort of stipulation. Because
oh god, dude, you're gonna put us on like that? All right.
I mean, we've been talking all this crap. If they win out, we should have to eat crow some form of way. I mean, it's only fair. We've been putting these guys who've been listening to us through hell.
Yeah.
So look, they're 9-3 right now.
9-3.
If they finish 13-3, let us know.
That would be incredible.
Let us know in the comments what you think we should do to eat crow. Because we would deserve it. I'll give you that. I mean, we talk all this crap every week. We deserve it. But if they exit in the first round, we told you so. I'm sorry. So let us know what you think we should do. I'll read a few of the comments since we've been talking. Danny says our O-line is doing well. Brandon says should have annihilated Denver. Like he's questioning that we should have annihilated. Yes, I think we should have annihilated Denver. If Houston wins, he shoves a beanie. Oh, God. Okay, we're back to that.
No, dude, I'm not shoving anything in an orifice at all.
If I see starters Week 17, I rage.
Ooh, you know what?
I think it depends on seeding. Honestly, I think we should play for first or second seed because I don't want to have to play in the wild card. I really don't.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if this team gets bounced out in the wild card or the divisional?
Hey, it's possible they can finish 13-3 and still be in the wild card.
That's the worst part.
Because you have New England and Kansas City ahead of you, and honestly, I don't think either of those teams lose any of the rest of their games. I don't.
I think KC can drop one.
I hope they do because fucking New England always finds a way to get that top seed, man.
I'm telling you, dude, they fucking do it every year. You can't it's no matter who's on the damn team.
Danny also says he says I was half correct. My prediction was 31-17 with star injuries. Score was 29-13 with a J. Joe injury. I don't know how significant that J. Joe injury is at the moment, but I don't think he'll be out for too long. Danny says you should shove a beanie. He's not letting this beanie thing go.
Jesus.
If they make it to the AFC Championship, beanie.
God, dude.
Danny, I think you have I think you have something that you'd like to share because the constant references they're disturbing.
To say the least.
Yeah. But let's look ahead to Indy for a moment.
Fuck, man.
It's hard to say because of how poor they did today against Jacksonville. I personally believe that we have a better defense than Jacksonville. I think we do. So I think we're more than capable of doing what Jacksonville did. I just don't think we're going to. I think both sides of the ball are too conservative when they get a sizable lead. I think it'll probably be a lot similar to the Cleveland game, but the Colts will put up more points and make it a lot closer. And Andrew Luck's that kind of quarterback. He always finds a way to bring his team back into the game and make it close. That's just his thing.
He's been doing it since his rookie season, man.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say that Houston wins. I'm gonna say it's a close game. I'll let Ray break it down first for himself before we give our predictions, but I personally think it's gonna be a close game, and I say Houston wins.
I'm gonna say close game. Houston loses.
I mean, that's with my luck being there. I'll probably.
I swear to God. I'm gonna say Houston loses 16-13.
Oh, so you think it's gonna be low scoring?
I do actually.
Okay. I think the opposite. I think that contrary to, how conservative Bill O'Brien is, I do believe that the Texans as a team, they always find a way to play to their competition that can be detrimental to them, but that can also be beneficial. I think that they find a way to score as much points as those great teams, but I also think that they sometimes stoop to the level of the lesser teams they play. So with that being said, I think that it's going to be high scoring. I think they find a way to put up as much points as Indy. I think they win it. I'm going to say 31-28. I'll say 31-28.
What is their offense average? Just out of curiosity. I don't know that number yet off the top of my head.
I'll check it out right now. But let me read some things.
Whatever their offense averages, I will take 3 less than that.
Okay. That's fair. Let me see. Will we keep Thomas? That's from Danny.
Dude, we have to. With Will Fuller coming back, and if Kiki can stay healthy with Thomas and Hopkins, that's one of the best receiving cores in the league, hands fucking down.
I say the best.
Whether it's utilized or not is a whole other conversation. So, but yeah, I think, and with the salary cap going up, you're gonna need to re-sign Kareem Jackson, Honey Badger, and possibly Clowney. I mean, it all hinges on how much Clowney wants.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Clowney's contract is going to be huge for this offseason. It's going to determine a lot of what we do and what we don't do.
So I have a question real quick because I'm not familiar. If you franchise tag a guy, can you trade him?
I'm not sure. I would assume so because he's still basically under, contract.
Under contract,
so
right.
I would assume so. Danny says, you want to know how to win, sack Andrew and hope to God someone accidentally, in quotations, falls on Luck's throwing arm. And then he puts in quotations, evil laugh. What about Covington? Again, I think a lot of what we do in terms of re-signing guys depends on contracts with Clowney and the Honey Badger.
I would say the lower tier, everyday guys like Scarlett, Covington, things like I think those guys get re-signed. Like it would be hard for me to imagine them, and that includes Kendall Lamb. Unfortunately, I think they re-sign him too because O'Brien sucks on the Lamb wee. So,
I actually like Scarlett. I really do. I like
him too. I just wish he'd stay healthy. Damn.
Yeah. I think he went out of the game today with a leg injury.
Yep.
Danny asks, Blue, again.
No,
I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
Blue's career rushing average is like 2.1 yards a carry, which the league average is like 2.5. And I mean, he'll have a good game every now and then, but I don't know, man. To me, for a guy as big as he is, he waits to hit his holes way too much. For a running back of that size, I'm sorry. He should be creating his own holes, honestly, if he has to, I should say.
I'm looking up the Colts average for points per game right now. Oh, this is for by quarterback. Let me see what they do in terms of points.
Team stats.
Okay, they're fourth in the league in average points a game. They average 29.5.
So, okay, so another 3, right? So you're looking at 32.
Houston's 14th, averaging 24.8.
Okay. All right. So I say, actually, I amend my previous low scoring, and I would say Indianapolis 32, Houston 28, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an ugly game for both sides of the ball. I think both offenses turn it over. Both defenses have some pretty poor showings. It's gonna be a rough game to get through, but
it's really gonna. It all hinges if they just stay stepping on their throats. If they stay aggressive all game, they should beat Indy by 20. I'm not joking.
They should. They should have done a lot of things this season, so we'll see.
Yep.
But is there anything you wanted to talk about the game before we move on to a brief bit of Astros news?
No. Not really.
Alrighty. So the early reports, from this week are saying that the Astros and Red Sox are in the lead for getting free agent Nathan Eovaldi. World Series winner this year with the Red Sox. He said himself he'd like to stay there, but it's hard to believe that he wouldn't be interested in coming to, the Astros.
Coming home, baby. He's from Alvin, Texas, hometown of Nolan Ryan. You got to come back home, man.
Yeah.
You got to come back home.
And me and, James talked about this briefly before we went on. My only concern, which James doesn't seem to share, is the Tommy John surgery he went through recently. Oftentimes from, looking at history, pitchers kind of struggle after that. So I don't know. That's the only concern I have. He had a great postseason. He looked great. He looked
good against us.
He looked tremendous against us. So I would love to see him on the team. But
if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think about the potential signing of Eovaldi?
I think it's perfect. We need another arm. It's that simple. We need another arm. He's a hometown guy. He'll pitch for not only for his contract, but he'll pitch for pride because he is from the area and he grew up an Astros fan. I'm not too worried about the Tommy John surgery because Houston has a history of picking up pitchers who have had injuries in the past or mechanical problems in the past, and then they get here in Houston, and our pitching coach just says, no, do it this way. And all of a sudden they become badasses. See Charlie Morton for that. You see Garrett Cole had his best season. See Garrett Cole. Justin Verlander everyone was counting him out. When he came here, guess what happened? He shifted something in his mechanics due to our pitching coach, and next thing you know, he was a badass. Ever since we got him.
Danny says, except for Osuna.
No, Osuna, dude, okay, Osuna, kind of like the Texans win streak, his luck was eventually going to run out.
Yeah.
It's that simple. There has been many dominant closers in Major League history. Mariano Rivera had a stretch where he just sucked and did things that were not his norm, right? Same thing happened. Oh, God, I can go down a list. Billy Wagner, former Stro, he had a stretch. Brad Lidge, again, we can go down the list if you like. Closers are unique as far as when it comes to pitching, just because they're like kickers. They're head cases. They're on, But when they're off, oh my God, they are way the hell off. And that's just how it works. And Osuna, I mean, he was due for a bad season. He's had great seasons pretty much his whole career. So I'm not really worried about Osuna. Not only that, but I don't really think our pitching coach had enough real, to me, perfectly honest with you, didn't have too much time to really, really work with him. So again, let me see what he does for a full year with our pitching staff. Then I'll share that sentiment with you.
So, we've reached the point of the show where we take where you take y'all's questions. So in the chat, let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. I'll read off a few things that were mentioned while you were breaking down Uvalde. H Train says the Colts don't concern me at all. Well, boy, are you in for a surprise next week, H Train. Danny says if we go wild card, please put us versus Baltimore. I like the Baltimore matchup when Joe Flacco was quarterback. Now I don't want to have to deal with Lamar Jackson.
Nope. Not at all. Don't want to have nothing to do with him.
Mobile quarterbacks, Houston struggles against very much. Before he went down with his leg injury, Alex Smith, as usual, was putting it on us. In terms of running around.
Not only that, but who on your defense is fast enough to stay with him?
Yeah, exactly.
There's not many people in the field that can stay with Jackson. No, I don't want to see him at all.
Probably not even in the secondary. He could probably burn them too.
Hell yes. The only one I think you could even come close to keeping up with him would probably be, oh my God, who? Actually, no one in our secondary can keep up with him.
I don't think so either. Danny, I think said this last week, and it made me laugh, and it made me laugh again.
If he says Beanie again, I'm pissed.
No. If we get second seed, we will be okay. If we get third seed and get Gillette, taps begin to play.
Yep.
Here's the thing. If we end up playing New England in Gillette Stadium, we're gonna lose.
Yep.
If we play New England here in NRG, we have a shot. The home field advantage makes a big difference, in my opinion. Playing against a team like New England. Where was the game this year when we played them? Was it here?
Yeah.
Okay, we only lost by, I believe, 7 points. So despite the fact that we played pretty terribly against them, we still managed to stay in the game and stay in within 7.
Same thing with the playoff game.
Yeah.
Same thing with playing them at Gillette last year in the regular season.
Oh, we were at New England. New England.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were at New England. I'm sorry.
It was 27-20 though.
Yep.
So, I mean, and look, that was against a team, that was with a team that where Deshaun, let's be honest, was knocking the rust off in those first few games. I'm not going to say that's the reason we were 0-3 because it wasn't. It was a lot more than that. The offensive line was terrible. Coaching was terrible. Still is. Two different
teams. Even I have to admit that. 2 different teams.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Danny does make a good point. 27-20 in garbage time. Yeah. So we were probably down a score before that. But yeah, man. I mean, home field against New England, it makes all the difference. And you don't want to have to go and play in Gillette Stadium in the playoffs. That's a completely different animal. And I'm pretty sure the weather is going to be terrible too. So you just don't want to play there.
And any Houston team that's ever played in Pittsburgh does not play good in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. You need to, at the very least, obtain that second seed. If you're going to play anyone on the road, I would prefer you to play Kansas City because at least Kansas City has a history of choking in the playoffs. So
at least you've been to Kansas City during a playoff game. So
exactly. So at least you have that experience, and at least you have history on your side that Kansas City will more than likely choke. But then again, you also choke. So who will choke first is the question. And if they make Super Bowl, EDP gets a beanie. Come on, Danny.
He who chokes first chokes last.
This is a death wish.
Confucius, eh?
But yeah, man, seeding is gonna be a huge determining factor when it comes to the Texans playoff scenario. H Train says there's no garbage time in a close game. Patriots could have lost. Both teams was trying. You know what? I don't remember the game too well, so I really can't tell you. I can't give you an honest assessment on that. I don't remember it that well.
Trash time's trash time, dude.
Yeah.
Look at what happened today.
So I'll ask you guys, of the 4 teams left, you have the Colts, the Jets, the Eagles, and the Jaguars. Do you think any of these teams are a trap game? I believe the Eagles are the trap game, and I believe that the Colts will be the team that for sure will give us a run for our money. And, you know, it could go either way, but I'm picking Houston. So let me know if you think any of those teams are, or which of those teams is the trap. Danny says the Jets. Twice.
That's what I say. Good job, Danny. The Jets. They're the trap team.
I mean, I can see why. They are a very flippity-floppity team. So, and it's at New York.
Oh, the Jersey. You're going to Jersey.
Danny says, huge factor. Matt Schaub's spirit does not show up in the divisional round.
Shit.
Ace Train says, garbage time is when a team has game handily in bag. So I'm guessing he's disagreeing with you on garbage time being garbage time.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Again, we can only take it week by week with these guys. Once the playoff picture is set, it will be very telling what's going to happen. I can tell you right off the bat, if we get a first round matchup, wild card against someone like
San Diego would be my guess.
Yeah, that's probably the likelihood of what's going to end up happening. Is we're probably going to win out, but Kansas City and New England will also win out, so it's going to suck. We're probably going to be stuck in that 3rd seed. I don't think Houston's ever made 1st or 2nd seed. I think we've always found a way to play in the wild card. Even that 12 and 4 season, we still played in the wild card. April's like Mattress Mac over here. If they make Super Bowl, then I will give J viewers $20. Oh, J and J viewers $20 towards their purchase of a director's pack or higher if they make a purchase this month. Okay.
Data baby.
But yeah.
Data baby.
But yeah, man, it's.
This is what she's talking about, just for reference. That right there is what she's talking about.
What? Oh, yeah.
That right there, CBD oil. I got mine in cinnamon. I'll put a milligram.
But yeah, man, it's going to be tough. I'm predicting we probably... Danny, I'm also terrified of New Orleans. Don't worry, Danny. We won't see New Orleans. I'm predicting that we're probably going to end up in the wild card as always, and we'll probably end up playing against a team like Pittsburgh or San Diego.
What's your season-ending record? What do you think they end up with?
Honestly, you're not going to like it, but if I'm being honest, 11-5.
That's what mine is. 11-5.
Yeah, I'm guessing 11-5.
Yep.
They're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way. It never ceases to surprise me.
You guys don't forget, there's a Houston curse. There's a Houston curse for football.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little more optimistic this season just because we finally have a quarterback, but I coaching, people get tired of me saying it, but coaching means everything.
Was it me was it me today or I saw Deshaun Watson doing a lot of checks at the line today.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
I didn't see it so much in the second half, but the first half I saw a lot of checks.
Yeah,
like he would say, like one of them was like check sooner, the other one was like check a bob or something like that. There's 4 or 5 definite audibles that I saw in the game,
and one of them was terrible.
Oh yeah, one of them was absolutely a nightmare.
He called an audible, and I believe he called from a pass to a run because he handed it off, and whoever was running got absolutely stuffed.
It was blue.
Absolutely stuffed.
Yep.
So that one was I noticed that too. I just didn't mention it, but yeah, I noticed that during the game.
It just kind of hit me because I was sitting there thinking about it because he was saying check sooner, and I'm like, wait a minute, was that like a shot at Baker, or was that an actual audible, or was that a dummy audible? Like, I don't know.
You say sooner. That reminds me. We'll talk about this before we head out. College playoffs, I believe, are set now with the Final Four. I believe you have Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma sneaked in by defeating
Texas.
Yeah, the Longhorns, which is a heartbreaker for me. But
I hope they can get me fined.
And then Notre Dame at number 3.
Notre Dame. So again, UCF gets fucked. What a shocker.
Yeah, so you're gonna have. Let me see. You have Clemson and Notre Dame playing in Austin on the 29th. You have Alabama. That would be fun.
We should go to that one, bro. I know you're a big Clemson dude. I'll wear Notre Dame gear. I'll do it half and half body paint like William Wallace, like Braveheart. Even though you're Scottish, none of the difference. You know,
that would actually
Scottish, Irish, it's all the same. You know.
That would actually be pretty fun. You got the Orange Bowl between Alabama and Oklahoma.
Fuck that game, dude.
Yeah, that one's gonna be in Miami. And then you have the national title game between. Let's be honest, it's gonna be Clemson and Alabama.
Yep.
You have it on January 7th.
I think Notre Dame has a chance against Clemson, but I don't think they beat Clemson. I fight. There would have to be a lot of contributing factors on that for that to happen.
Well, you know what? I believe Clemson beats Alabama. So
I know.
How about that?
That's all right. Just give my A&M boys for a few years with Jimbo. We'll be all right.
You know what? I don't think we ever talked about this, but that A&M LSU game was absolutely insane. I don't know if you got to see it, but
I did. Let's see it.
That was awesome.
A little bit of help from the gods doesn't help. Doesn't hurt nobody.
I will say they got screwed on a call with a spike with 1 second left, and it was still 1 second left. I don't understand how that happens, but whatever. I didn't really care, who won, or I just wanted to see a good game.
You know what I want to see? You want to know what I want to see? I want to see the NCAA really fuck over a couple of programs and put A&M and UT in a bowl game.
Oh man,
that would be awesome.
I'd go to that.
In the Texas Bowl, UT versus A&M, and neither team could say shit about it because they'll have to do it because the NCAA sanctioned it.
I'd go to that. Man, and I think
the SEC faces the Big 12. It's not out of the scope of possibility.
I believe the last game they played, UT won. So I know that A&M, wants some vengeance on that one. Let me see. Danny, we already said the New Orleans one. H-Train says 12-4 or 13-3. There's no curse with this team. The past has nothing to do with this team. The culture has changed with Watson, with fans, with draft. Everything feels different. It's easy to see. Okay.
Well, I'll expect your crow.
Danny says, I know Jalen Hurts' cousin.
Oh.
Cool. April says, you in all caps. I don't know what that means, but she says you in all caps. Danny says, Georgia blew it again for a third time. Yeah, it's got to be tough being a Georgia fan at this point.
Yeah, if y'all don't know that, ask Breaking News Braylon on Saw Sports how he feels about that.
Let me see. Berkeley Boss is in here now. What's good, y'all? What's good?
What's the deal, dude?
Danny says by leading with 20 points. Yeah, I know. What's this Astros news? Have y'all gone over it yet? Yeah, we went over it. It was Evaldi, that they're in the hunt for Evaldi in the offseason.
They need to be in the hunt for JP Real Muto.
Yeah, I hope they
Give
pull
me
that
Real
off.
Muto. I don't care about anyone else. Give me Real Muto and I'll be happy.
I want Real Muto and I want Evaldi.
Yep.
So I would love to see them there. But yeah, Real Muto would be insane, man.
You guys have no idea how important that guy would be to this team. Like I'm telling you, it would be insane.
Let me see.
Imagine having a catcher actually hitting.
Yeah. April, oh man, she's pulling out the big guns, right? She says Irish and Scottish are not the same thing, you greasy Italian.
Whatever. They are the same thing. They both wear skirts. They both talk like this. It's whatever.
H Train says, I'll expect my jersey.
Nope. Again, H Train. Yeah, I have confidence. Not only do I have confidence in that jersey, but I also have confidence in Houston not beating Indianapolis by 20. So I won't have to sit here and have a positive stream next time we have one.
Let me see. Danny says, like Georgia, come on. It's like you're doing this on purpose. Berkeley says, oh, okay, I saw that. The Marlins are asking too much. Would be great, though.
No, they're not. They're not asking too much. In all honesty, they're not.
What are they asking for?
The last reports were they were asking for an outfield, a pitcher, and an infielder. No names were really sent out there, but if you look at the roster, if you look at the farm system, I can tell you exactly who they're wanting, dude. They're wanting I think Josh James was one of the names on there. I think Derek Fisher, which obviously we probably never going to see Derek Fisher. And I think Tony Kemp was another name out there that was mentioned with it. So, I mean, again, it's to me for what the guy brings. Not only does he call a good game as a catcher, not only does he have great defense as a catcher, not only can he can actually run for a catcher, and he can hit as a catcher. I just don't see any downside on it, especially when your farm system is so laden with talent, dude. There's no reason why you shouldn't pull the trigger on it, in all honesty.
Berkeley says, yes, they are, LMAO. In all honesty, they are. They are asking one of our top two prospects. He also says, you think they are only asking for them. If they are only asking for them, then they aren't asking for too much.
No, I think they're asking for at least two or three players. That it doesn't matter who they are. Look, you're not going to get someone like that for nothing.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest with you. And I got to be honest with you. Who would you rather see go? Would you rather see Tucker go? Or would you rather see his name always escapes me. The pitcher, man. I always forget his damn name, dude. Always. Anyways, our top pitching prospect. I mean, we still have other prospects, man. It's not out of the scope of possibility.
Whitley. Berkeley says Whitley.
Force Whitley. That's right. So, I mean, would I give up Whitley at this moment because of our pitching rotation? Probably not. But I would give someone up like Josh James. I would give up one of our bullpen arms. I would have no problem with that. Again, this guy what Real Muto brings to this team completes the team. That's what people are not understanding about it. I don't care who we got to give up to. Honestly, if you really want to hear something stupid, and as much flack as I would give for this shit, honestly, I'm not too impressed with Tucker. I'd give him Tucker. And Josh James and maybe one other prospect that's hell. I'll let go of Fisher too. For Real Muto. I'm telling you, this guy is consistently great as a catcher, and he's just going to do nothing but give you good stuff for your team. You have to pull the trigger on it. Either that or you're going to be back there with Maldonado all freaking year again. Just
terrible. Danny says, if we win the Super Bowl, you will buy you will buy everyone Warren Moon jerseys, and you will wear a shirt saying, I love Bill O'Brien.
I'll do you one better. I won't buy everyone a jersey. I will dress up and put the butt chin dimple, shave everything off, and I'll be like, my name is James Ray, and I doubted Bill O'Brien with the butt chin and all. And how dare me think that I know what I'm talking about when this man is obviously an offensive savant. I have no problem doing that. I have no problem eating crow. I have no problem with that. That's what y'all don't understand. Here's my question to you. Do you have the balls to actually show up and live up to what I would want in return for that bet? The answer is no. None of you will. None of you will.
Let me see. H Train, would you guys do a prediction score of Colts game, please? I got Colts 24, Houston 37. Well, we already did. You probably just missed it, but I predicted 31-28 Houston. And James, what was yours?
I said 30. Actually, I said 30-28 because of you told me what their average was.
Yeah. So those are ours. Yeah, so those are ours. We did it earlier.
But mine's Indianapolis, not Houston.
Yeah, he's picking Indy. I'm picking Houston. Berkeley says, I would most certainly give up Josh James. I agree with you there.
But not Tucker. That surprises me.
Let me see. What? Okay, Danny and H Train. Okay, so Danny's asking, what would you want? And then H Train says he'll do it. He doesn't even know what it is yet, but he's saying he'll do it. And April predicts 28-17 Colts. Which probably that's not a bad prediction.
You go,
actually.
girl. It's your badass. You go.
So
what? Okay, so here's the deal. So what? Okay, so what exactly are we? So we're talking about Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. If Houston wins the Super Bowl, that's what we're talking about. So mine is to dress up as Bill, do a video, send it out there. Okay, fine. I accept that. No problem. No problem at all. If they don't get to the AFC Championship, I'll alter it. If they don't get to the AFC Championship, I would expect every one of you to take 10 people you know and have them subscribe to our channel and watch every video for 6 months straight. That's my deal.
I like that one. So,
and you'll have to preface it by coming in the chat. And then your friends that come in the chat would also have to say, friend of Danny, blah, 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 blah.
H-Train says, shame on you guys going against the 9-0 Texans. Danny says, what if they get bored? I think he's taking a shot at our entertainment ability.
And it's fine if they get bored. I don't mind. But they have to come in, they have to comment, and they have to like or dislike.
Yep.
That's the deal.
Let me see. I already said H-Train said shame on you guys for going against the 9-0 Texans.
The 9-0 Texans.
They started off 0-3. Let's not forget that.
The Giants game is the big one that sticks in my craw.
April says, I do not say blah, 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 and subscribe.
Oh, Jesus. She's talking about Hotel Transylvania. Our son watches that show. And Adam Sandler's like, I do not say blah, blah, blah. So, like, whatever.
Danny says, fine, I'll tell everyone in Sticky to raid.
Oh, okay. Yeah. El Sticky. Mr. Mediocre. Get him there.
All right, guys. So if you got any last questions, let them out now because we're about to wrap up. H-Train says, my kids are my best friends. We don't hang out with anymore. What? My kids are my best friends. We don't hang out with anymore. I'm guessing he's saying my kids are my best friends, so we don't hang out with other people anymore. I was actually thinking about that. You said 10 friends, and I'm thinking, some guys are gonna say, what if we don't have 10 friends?
Okay, fine. Not 10, then just family. You have family members. 5 then. I'll alter it to 5. Okay. Most people have 5 family members that are Texans fans.
All right, so there's the bet. So if Houston makes it to the Super Bowl, you will make a video, shave your beard, whatever, and take, Bill O'Brien impersonation, whatever. And
I got his stick down. All I got to do is just say, they're a bunch of great guys. They work really hard. They practice hard. They come to work every day. They're professional. I got it. I'll get it.
And do you know how hard it is to win in the National Football League?
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is, Jerome? Do you understand? And you guys are talking like I don't understand it.
April says it'll take him 3 hours to grow it back.
But it's probably true, honestly.
Danny says, but you will dress up as Butt Chin, say I'm the greatest coach of all time, and say Clowney is better than Khalil.
Oh, see, now you're asking a lot.
So
you know what? Hold on, he's asking a lot with the Clowney Khalil thing. But I'm so confident.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl.
All right, I'll say that. Okay. I'll say that.
And then you also have to admit you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to offensive linemen.
No, because everyone knows that's a fallacy. That'd be lying. I don't like to lie.
Well, so is half of what Bill O'Brien says. Let me see. So that's your end. And then if we don't make it to the AFC title game,
yep,
then they have to get 5 of their family members or friends to subscribe, like, and comment.
Yep.
Let me see. H-Train 30-1 after half lead. Amazing. And then Danny says while wearing a Texans beanie. Wearing
Jesus.
it. He says wearing it. He didn't talk anything about anal play.
I'm gonna go buy one just for fucking Danny will shut up about the damn beanie.
Look, you know what? Look, I got a Bears one right here. So there's a beanie. There's a beanie for you.
Traitor. Is it because it's orange and black? Is that what it is?
No,
it's the color scheme.
I have a Texans one. Actually, I wore it. I don't know where I put it.
Unbelievable. We're sitting here talking about beanies and you don't have the shit on?
Well,
really?
I mean, I'm sorry. It's in my closet. I just don't feel like going to get it. But I have my Bears beanie, so.
Did they win?
They lost in overtime to the Giants. Yeah, it was a heartbreaker, man.
Fucking Giants, dude. God.
But we didn't have Mitch Trubisky. He was injured. We had Chase Daniels, and he was fucking terrible. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that hurts my heart.
Yeah, but with that being said, I think we're gonna close out. This was a good show. I know you guys probably didn't like what we had to say about the Texans, but it had to be said. It had to be said. But hang on. H-Chain says, I want $50 worth of CBD if Texans get to the AFC Championship. If not, I'll send April a J.J. Watt autograph card.
Oh, she'll jump on that. Trust me, she's a big JJ fan. Oh, he's so handsome. He's so sexy. My God, what I wouldn't do that, man.
Oh man. What did she say? That's 340 plus. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Who said that?
April.
She's talking about 3 ounces.
No. Jack's on the keys. So that.
Oh Jesus, yeah. So he's playing on the keyboard.
All right, so we're gonna close out with that. Make sure
Hold on, we're gonna do an exclusive. We're gonna go check on the shit. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Throw in a Jeff Saturday autograph, and it's a deal.
Is he naked? Is he naked?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is he naked?
What are you doing?
Is he naked?
Will you?
We're getting the feedback from your computer.
Put clothes on. He's like a little hippie.
He's got little blisters on his robe. I'm trying to let him air out of it.
Ew. That's graphic. Put some powder on it. I would show you, but I don't want to put my son's naked ass on air.
Oh, no, it is.
Even though it's a fabulous ass. She's blessed with daddy ass, so I'm just saying. Anyways. All right. I just wanted to see what's going on. I heard him laughing. All right. I'm coming downstairs. All right.
But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap up there. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, like the video, please. And yeah, tell your friends,
Say your plug.
all that good stuff.
Say your plug.
Oh, yep. So I am a Texans writer a sports writer over at Texans Wire. So if you want, some good articles from the Texans, make sure you go to TexansWire.com. And Ray, did you want to plug some of April's stuff before you get off?
Well, you're supposed to read it. You didn't read it. You're supposed to.
I have it in the description of the video.
Okay. Read the description.
Those were the instructions. But okay, I will read the promo. So until the playoffs, exclusively for J&J Sportscaster viewers, for 24 hours after every Texans win, we will reimburse you through PayPal for your shipping costs. Any purchase from www.hempalot.com or www.ordermysprays.com/awelch, that's AWELCH 1247. So I would jump on that if I were you guys.
You have no idea. It's
a pretty
basically
solid deal.
Us paying your shipping cost.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid deal, guys. So I jump on that if you're interested. But with that being said, guys, we are on to Indianapolis, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Yep, we surely will. Say bye.
All right, guys. See y'all.
Bye.